Warning. Everything on this channel and video is for educational purposes only. All content is intended for people 21 years of age and older. All acts are performed by professionals and all people shown are 21 years of age and older. All acts are performed under the Michigan Medical Marijuana Act. Do not attempt to recreate or reenact anything you see in this channel. Alright. If you saw my harvest video, you know I pulled everything and I didn't take clones, unfortunately, of any of those. So I'm popping some new genetics this year, and these ones I think potentially may be the best yet. Stay tuned. Now, if you're new here, my name is Rob and we talk all things herb. Today in particular, we're going to be going over what I'm growing this year. I'll also be breaking down the new From the Stash collaboration with Swing Genetics coming out this year. I think it's going to surprise you guys. Stay tuned for that at the end of the video. Right now, this is probably the most exciting time in my grow history ever. First, let's dive into one that I'm really excited for, and if you've been watching this channel, you definitely heard of it. And that would be Headbanger by Karma Genetics. I found it finally, and this was not easy. This was, oh man, I have so many comments it's hard to find back who said this, but this was because of you in the chat. This was someone who commented below and let me know that they were available finally. I was able to get a 10-pack of regulars, and the excitement when they landed, it's hard to even express. Yes, 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 yes. This was a genetic that I grew for years, and the flavor of it was next level for me. This was as gassy as it gets. This is a sativa dominant hybrid crossed by Sour Diesel, specifically Karma Genetics Sour Diesel KG cut and Biker Kush V2.0. This is award-winning cultivar from back in 2015, so about a decade ago, but honestly, I haven't found anything that's smoking better than this since. Maybe that new FTS collab, but we'll see. Now, in terms of the overall growth, this was never one that was a great grower, and it wasn't honestly a great shower. It was traditional green bud, trichome production was decent, never was really fat massive buds for the particular phenotype that I enjoyed, but man, that smoke was next level. I've never had a person hit that and not say, "What the hell is that?" Now, this being a potential 11 weeker when I really want to get it finished right, well, I'm going to be hunting to find the exact phenotype that I was after. Now, there's a variety of reasons why I wanted to get this one back. But honestly, the biggest one is I may potentially use this in a breeding project. If I could find something that can grow a little easier, maybe potentially chill out OG with a headbanger, that could maybe be one that gives me that lower, squattier, less lanky and gangly look, potentially better bud structure while still leaning on that danky, gassy, earthy funk. Maybe, I don't know, let me know below in the comment section if that's something that sounds interesting or something that might be worth my hunt. The next thing that I'm growing is, believe it or not, a GMO cross. Of course, I love GMOs, got that danky funk, but this one's a little different. This one's a little more unique. This is a GMO cross with Kosher Kush. Now, this is from DNA Genetics, and in the past, I've grown a Kosher Kush cross from them, and that was Holy Grail Kush. I don't know if you guys remember that one from years ago. I've been growing this one now for a while, and never been let down. It's just... Can we just appreciate how much of a baby face I had back then, and how much of a glow up I've had since then, brother? Anyways, but it was one of my favorite smokes, but it was just a little bit too finicky, and it was a very small producer. The final product definitely was solid, but it just was such a headache that oftentimes it wasn't worth the squeeze. So in this case, I got something that's similar, but instead of an OG18, we're crossing this with a GMO. Now, the nice part about this GMO cross is I'm able to finish this in the ballpark about 9 weeks. Now, that mainly being because the cross of this having a Kosher Kush in it, and it seems to lean a little bit more on that flowering time. Now, this one in particular, I'm actually going to be growing in the V-Grow. This is the VivoSun V-Grow, and it's definitely a solid unit, especially if we're just growing one plant. Main reason I'm going to be putting this in here is I want to be able to have a single plant that's away from this pheno hunt that I'm running, but also something that I can harvest in between. Having an autoflower, which I may be growing also, is something that's going to help that as well. Now, I was considering putting the autoflower in the V-Grow, but I'd rather have something that I can control when I flip into flower. Last time when I grew in this, I ended up running into an issue with that Donuts triploid where the stretch was insane. So I'm going to flip to flower a little earlier and work on more vigorous low stress training. The V-Grow is nice because it's completely automated and I don't have to really do anything besides plant training at that point. Every few days, refill the reservoir, and that's really it. Now, of course, I'm going to be watering in with stash blends, so I'll definitely have once a week top watering, but that's about it. The rest of it's going to be hands off. Now, if you're looking for a V-Grow, you can get yourself one as well. You could use discount code CLtv at checkout and save yourself a little bit of money. Huge shout out to VivoSun for sending me one of these out. It definitely comes in handy when it comes to an in-between harvest, or if you're living in a small space and you really don't have the room for something like a grow tent. Now, the next genetic that I'm growing is a Gorilla Cookies Auto from Fast Buds. Now, I tried this one a few years back with Chubbs at MJ BizCon, and the flavor of it was on point. It leaned a little bit more towards like a cinnamon cookies with a little bit of a peppery kind of funk exhale of that Gorilla Glue, and I really enjoyed it. Now, I've seen this one grown multiple times, and it looks like she's a bit of a stretcher, so she's not going to grow in the V-Grow, but I'll have it as an in-betweener in my veg space. Shout out to Chubbs for giving me this one. This was actually at the last MJ BizCon. He had multiple, and he tossed me a few, so I'm excited to try it out and see what I get out of it. This is a cross of Girl Scout Cookies and Gorilla Glue number 4. And I'm hoping that it leans a little bit more towards that Girl Scout Cookies growth while still having that Gorilla Glue funk. Now, if you're looking to get some fast buds or that DNA genetics, you can get those from Seedsman. Use discount code CLtv at checkout. Save yourself a little bit of money. So last but not least, the thing that I'm the most excited for, and this is that FTS and Swank Genetics collaboration. This is a cross of Frosted Lemonade and Fire Shit. Fire Shit is GMO crossed with Crippy BX3. And its father, Frosted Lemonade, is 91 Hollywood Pure Kush crossed with ZOZ BX Skittles. Now, the parents of these both are very funky, and depending on the pheno that you get on the lemonade, it will lean a little bit more towards the citrus. But the one that Pigeons had was way more earthy and funky and dank, according to him. So I'm hoping that the male kind of leans towards that, maybe with a little bit of that creamy citrus dank, but then heavily mixed in with that Fire Shit. Now, trying this flower was such a smack in the face, like a mule kick. It just really something potent, man. Open it up and it was like paint thinner and ether and with a creamy gas dank. It was something for me that I haven't experienced maybe ever. Now, the boys and I are currently doing a pheno hunt, potentially finding some males and females to breed down the line for F2s, F3s, and F4s. Currently, we're hunting in F1s, and I'm reluctant to want to release them, but I hear everybody else releases F1s anyways, so maybe we should. What do you guys think? Drop below in the comment section if you feel we should drop these earlier and maybe do a grow along, or wait a little bit later until we breed them down the line. Now, the homie Swank is also dropping his genetic line. Swank 1 and Swank 2 are going to be out soon, and I'm excited for all this new fire that's coming out this year. It's amazing to see how far we've come as the content creator circle, so to speak, but as home growers as well. To evolve from consumers to creators is just crazy, man. Honestly, one of the most fun projects I've had to date is breeding, and I really just think that that's a new level of a home grower. When you're able to be self-sufficient and create your own genetics and maybe find something that you haven't been able to find in the market, essentially you're able to create your own artwork from the colors available from all the other artists in the world. Other amazing breeders have put out amazing genetics, and now we've got all these tools to work with. And for me, it's an exciting time to be alive and to be a grower. Now, I'm going to be doing regular updates on the V-Grow and also my main grow, and I want you guys to be able to stay in the know. So if you're not subscribed already, make sure you subscribe, hit the notifications, and I'm going to be dropping videos every single week. This project is one of my most important ones and one of the most fun, entertaining ones for myself to date. So I hope you guys are also finding it entertaining and maybe a little educational as well. With that being said, thanks for watching and stay lifted. Peace. Growers who are looking for that secret sauce usually are just missing something from their garden. And to help with that, we bring you the Stash Blend Premium Plant Additive. The Stash Blend brings beneficial bacteria, silicon, seaweed, humic acid, and has enough macronutrition to help lower the dosages of your base feed too. Unleash your plant's true potential with Stash Blend Premium Plant Additive. Available at Growers House.